Hello Aries, thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Thelema Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, illustrated by Jessie Reisch. Reisch is R-E-I-S-C-H. We good? Good. What do we have here? Already shuffled. Let's just go ahead and there's a lot of cards here. And you got the Page of Wands at the bottom, I'm noticing. I wasn't going to originally pull that out, but they're saying this whole situation is feels like it's just kind of moving forward based on how you've handled things before. It just seems to have a life of its own. The current just seems to keep dragging you forward is what I'm getting. But, I mean, what's the but? It's a lot about, it just seems to keep going forward. Like it's almost like it's on its own little conveyor belt. It just keeps going. That's what I'm feeling with that Page of Wands. Like it's just got its own momentum. It's going through the normal routine. I've noticed I just shuffled those again, and I'm curious why we did that, but that's fine. No. Yes. All right. I feel like this situation has been going on for a while. I'm seeing the Temperance on your side, just trying to accept it for what it is. It's something that just keeps going. It's been going on for a while. It just keeps going and just keeps happening. And I feel like you and whatever situation you're dealing with, whatever this might be for you, everybody, including you, are just acting like things are fine, everything's good. I feel like this maybe... it's trying to be happier with a situation than you really are. And I feel like you're not alone in that. I feel like most people involved in whatever situation this is also trying to act like it's better than it actually is, trying to believe it's better than it actually is. And I feel you just kind of trying to wait it out, like, sometimes are good, sometimes are bad. Just trying to go with it. You're just trying to roll with it is what I'm getting. Just trying to kind of roll with it. Trying to be happier with it than you actually are. And I feel like the other people around you seem like they're kind of doing the same. Now, I'm getting an interesting thing going on here. With that same energy where people are just trying to be happier with it rather than what they really feel is kind of what I'm getting with that Glamour card. Trying to be happier than they actually are. The King of Pentacles shows up in the environment, which is telling me somebody here seems to be like the lever puller, I would say. I don't want to say this person is the decision maker, even though a king, I understand a king or a queen would be a decision maker most of the time. I'm not getting that with this, though. I'm getting this is the lever puller. This is the person who's saying, yes, we're going to go forward. This one's kind of calling the shots, kind of. But they're the ones who are definitely like saying, everybody let's go this way. This is the person calling, I don't know, I don't want to say this person is calling the shots. I don't think that's right. This is the lever puller. Because I feel like there's people behind this person also backing this person that actually, it feels like people behind this person. There's somebody behind this person actually, convincing the king that this is what to do. But the king is the one actually, calling out the order. Kind of feels more like a general than a king right now. Now, this happens. Message comes out to you. I feel like, for a lot of you, I feel like this is a work thing. There may be some other, like this could go family, friends. It could go other ways, granted. But I'm feeling like the message comes out. This is what we're doing. This is how it's going. Because this person just feels like they're the lever puller. I know it's a king, I know it's a king, but it feels more like a general. I'm getting you hear what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen now. This is what we're doing. Blah, blah, blah. And whatever the message is that comes out, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a little time, but this is the new direction we're going. I feel like you're just kind of like packing up whatever you need and getting ready for the trip. Like, not like you're literally, well, you might be literally traveling, but for most of you, I feel like it's just kind of like gathering your resources, getting ready for that long haul. It's It's almost like, I feel like the analogy would be like someone that's going to trek up like Mount Everest or something, and they're getting all their gear together and they're packing it up. So they have to get my tent. I got to make sure I'm warm enough. Got to make sure I have my food. Got to make sure I have the right equipment so I can make it up that hill or whatever, the mountain. So I feel like this is you with the Knight of Pentacles. Like, all right, got to get ready. Got to get it together. It's going to be a while. It's going to last a while. Getting myself together to handle this. So the lever puller, calls out, this is what's going to happen. Here's what we're going to do. These are the orders. What happens next is same person. No, different person. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's the same person. In some cases it may be. In limited cases it may be. Either way, Magician shows up in the environment. I feel like whatever was supposed to happen, there's edits. There's edits here. There's definite edits here, and my eye is going nuts, which makes me feel like it's very aggravating. Really makes me feel like this is aggravating. Because the lever puller general said one thing, and this could be the same person. Could be. Not going to be in every case. But changes are made. Edits are made. We're not going up Mount Everest now. We're going up this other mountain. It's a lot easier. There's better things there. It's not as dangerous. We're going to go up this other one. And you don't need the climate is different on this other one. Instead of packing snow gear, you have to pack gear to withstand wind and possibly extreme heat, something like that. There's a noticeable change here. You have to repack things. Things have to change. The thing is, it's kind of like saying, you know what, we're still going to go for a trip, but it's not going to be up that mountain. It's going to be up this mountain. Climate's different. We don't have time to repack. We're just going to have to take what we have and go. So that's kind of the aggravation here, if that makes sense. You're all ready for this one trip. That's like, all right, I got all the gear. I got the utilities. I got what it takes to keep me warm. And now you're going to take all this gear with you, and a lot of it you're not going to need now. And in fact, you're going to need different type of gear. But you don't have time to change that. You don't have time to repack and go get different things. So it's almost like you're at the train station and they're like, well, we were going to go there, but this is where we're going now. Get on the train. It's kind of like that feeling. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating. And I'm talking about it and I'm looking at it, but I might as well show you the Devil card is here. This is not going right. This is not right. Something is really, this is really I don't know if somebody got usurped here with the lever puller or what's going on here. Nobody involved seems to be happy. Nobody involved seems to be happy. Because I'm feeling like even the person calling the shots is getting a lot of guff. Getting a lot, cause people are angry. People are upset. We got prepared for this. We got things set purposely for the type of situation we were going to do. I feel like this is really poor how this is really coming off, how this is really playing out is really poor. It's not good. And that person, even that person who's saying, oh, we're going this way now, they're getting it back a lot. There's a lot coming back to them. They're getting it shoved right back at them. I'm getting with you, I'm getting the Justice card, and I'm noticing, I feel like you're watching everybody else get upset. And it's almost like you don't even need to say anything. You're just kind of watching it happen, and you're just kind of like, yeah. And you're seeing this other person, I feel like somebody's really getting it verbally, pretty brutally. And I feel like you're watching it like, well, you're the one who made this happen, so the fact that somebody's ripping your head off for it, I can't feel bad for you. And I feel like you're watching this situation play out, and you're just like, well, if it's going to be handled this way, this is how it's going to work out. I'm seeing the Justice on your side as more of you seem to be more observing. It really feels like you're more observing. You're not happy with the situation either, but I feel like everybody else is so hyped up about it that you just seem to be observing. I feel an observing energy there, I gotta be honest. Which is interesting, because Aries is not afraid to get in there and say what they feel. But also, I've noticed with Aries energy, if it's already being done, there's no reason to overdo it either. So, whatever's going, I feel like this is not going well. The situation seems to be kind of falling apart. I feel like it's almost like if we're going to use that train station analogy again, everybody's ready for this one trip at the train station, like, well, that got canceled. We're going this way instead. Woo, let's go this way. I feel like it's getting canceled because people are very upset. And they're like, I'm not equipped for hot weather. I'm equipped for cold weather. I can't do this. This is going to be bad. It's not healthy. I can't do it. And I feel like the situation with the Five of Pentacles, I just feel like it becomes a situation where it gets canceled. I feel like it gets canceled. I mean, I don't know if you would say this as a cancellation card, but I'm getting the Page of Swords here, but I'm noticing I want to put it that way, which means you're not probably going to not see this. The environment, whoever is calling the shots, the Magician and the King here. The Magician, usually creates a situation and moves it forward the way they want. The fact that the Magician failed, that's something. Because the opposition is so great. The thing is, the Magician just planned poorly. That's the thing about the Magician. Just being a magician doesn't mean you're going to have success. If you plan out your situation poorly, that literally can backfire on you. And I think that's what happened to this person. I feel like it backfired on this person. And I'm getting this situation feels like it's canceled. I also see like the King and the Magician, if it's not the same person, they're both observing like what happened. And I feel like behind closed doors, watching how everything's playing out and realizing why it failed. And I feel like it's actually a good thing that it failed. I feel like other people, like the Magician, are being called out for their shortcomings. Because the situation could have succeeded if it was handled properly. Now, the fact that it fails and it doesn't happen, I'm getting the Lover's card with you, the best possible decision. I don't feel like you wanted this to happen anyway. And I don't know why I'm laughing other than Justice is here. You're just kind of like, the way this went, it just seems like everything worked out. You didn't really want to do this anyway. You didn't want to go this trek is what I'm getting. There's going to be a long, arduous trek, path, trip, whatever you want to say. You didn't really want to do it anyway is what I'm getting. So the fact that it got canceled, you're okay with it. You think that's the best way for this to go. You're completely fine. Which I feel like is another reason why you might have stepped back and you were just an observer, because you're just kind of like, you know what? Maybe this will just turn out well, me stepping back and letting other people taking over. And it did. It really did. Now, the thing is, it was canceled here. It feels like it failed. I'm noticing in the environment, the new direction is not, like, I feel like they're coming at it again, the Two of Wands, but they're trying to work out, the details. They're trying to smooth over the trespasses, the trespasses, maybe that's what I want to say. Because whatever went wrong, it did go wrong. They had to cancel it, but it was a temporary cancellation is what I get. It feels more like a delay. But I feel like when it first comes out, it looks like it's just flat out canceled. I feel like it turns into a delay. And what I'm getting here is they're talking with people. And they're finding out, what do we need to do? How do we need to rebalance this? What needs to be done to make this work out? What do we need to do to make this work out? There we go. And I feel like you're a part of this. What planning needs to happen. They still need this to happen. They still need to go this direction. And when I'm getting, I'm getting the Two of Cups here. Like, everybody actually seems to be getting along because they're being heard. This still has to go forward. They understand that. Everybody seems to be on the same page. You're in there with that. Yeah, it still needs to go forward. People are listening. People are talking. It seems to be working out in a cooperative manner. And I feel that Ten of Wands with the energy is because I feel like you're investing in this. The Ten of Wands is not bad for you. I feel like you might get a little over-invested because when you're being heard and you're being honored, I feel like that pulls you in. And you're like, well, if I'm going to be heard and I'm going to be honored and listened to, I want to make this the best I can. And I feel like you take on a lot because you're being respected. So you're like, well, if I'm going to be honored and listened to and respected, I want to be a part of this. And you get in there, you dig in and you really invest in it emotionally. And I feel like you're getting involved. There's a lot here you're going to have to do. There's a lot here for you. It's a lot to do. It is. But I feel like another thing, especially with this card, you'll notice in this card especially, and it's not true for all of these cards in every tarot deck, but in this one, this person is carrying all 10 of those wands successfully. It's a big weight. It's a heavy weight to bear, but they are successfully doing it. And I feel like you're successfully making this situation what you want it to be. I do. What I'm seeing here at the end, this situation, you're going to make it through this. You're making this the best you can. I'm also seeing you're benefiting or profiting maybe in the long run. I feel like you're becoming more of the Emperor energy. And there's a lot more creativity with you, but you're taking on so much and making good with it and succeeding with it that I feel like it's changing your position in the situation. And I feel like you're going up a level or two. Because there's a thing about the Emperor. The Emperor is not a king. An Emperor is above a king. At least the way I view it, Like, there's kings, but then, like, the person who, rallies the kings is the Emperor. The Emperor oversees everything. That's how I look at it. It's almost like a king is, like, in control of a state, if you want to do the United States version. A king is in control of a state. The Emperor is in control of all the states, if that makes sense. That's how I view it, anyway. And that's how I'm feeling about this. Because I feel like you're going up a level. You're really making a big difference, and it's giving you a lot of opportunities. With creativity, I feel like, you got a lot of things open for you in the future based on what you're doing here. I think we're there. All right. I think we're done, so I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.